Okay, my name is Muhammad Rasfal bin Ul Nasir, and my other teammates is Nur Azmina and Muhammad Iqbal. So we are going to present about the history of wireless network. So in uh, 1897, firstly, Guglielmo Marconi successfully demonstrated the wireless telegraphy by sending electromagnetic waves for a short distance of 100 meters. Then in 1905, he invented the first practical radio wave-based wireless telegraph system application for naval requirements. In 1912, in the wake of the Titanic tragedy, Congress passed the Radio Act of 1912. It required all radio stations on land or at sea to be licensed and assign special call letters. Then in 1924, the first mobile transmitter was developed, and the first mobile phone was also developed, the Bell Labs two-way radio telephone. So in 1935, the frequency modulation was developed. This was used later in World War II by the US. In 1942, actress Hedy Lamarr and composer George Antheil filed a patent for frequency hopping. This patent later developed to code division multiple access, known as CDMA. Then in between 1946 to 1968, wireless communications developed for government services such as police and fire departments.
So now we are talking about 1970. So in 1970, the University of Hawaii developed the first wireless network called Aloha Net to wirelessly communicate data between the Hawaiian island. Then 1979, Nippon Telegraph and Telephone NTT launched the world's first cellular network in Japan. So move on to middle 80s. Various technology came like wireless local loop, aka WLL, local multi-point distribution service, aka LMDS, and wireless LAN. In 1983, the Motorola Dynatec 8000X was the first commercially available handheld mobile phone. In 1992, it started with the start of GSM. In D1 and D2, fully digital, 900 MHz and 124 channels, automatic location, handover, and cellular. Roaming in Europe, now worldwide in more than 200 countries. Services, data with 9.6 kilobyte per second, fax, voice, and etc. In 1994, eNets in Germany, GSM with 18,000 megahertz smaller cells. As E plus in D, 1997, 98% coverage of the population. In 1996, Hyperland, aka High Performance Radio Local Area Network, ETSI, standardization of type, ratio 1 ratio 5.15 until 5.30 gigahertz, which 23.5 megabits per second. Recommendation for type 2 and type 3, both 5 megahertz, and 4, which is 17 gigahertz, as wireless ATM network up to 55 megabit per second. And the last one, in 1997, wireless LAN IEEE 802.11. IEEE standard 2.4 until 2.5 gigahertz, and infrared, which is 2 megabit per second. Already many product available in the beginning.
Okay, now we will move on to 1998. The specification of GSM successors. GSM is a global system for mobile, and for UMTS, Universal Mobile Telecommunication System, as European proposals for IMT 2000 Iridium. There are 66 satellites plus 6 as a spare, and there is 1.6 gigahertz to the mobile phone. In 1999, there is a standardization of additional wireless LANs, IEEE standard 802.11b, which is 2.4 until 2.5 gigahertz and 11 megabit per second. Bluetooth for Piconnets 2.4 gigahertz and below 1 megabit per second. And the decision about IMT 2000 is several members of a family, which is UMTS, CDMA 2000, and DECT. And then the start of WAP, which is Wireless Application Protocol, and iMode in 1999. First step towards a unified internet mobile communication system and access to many services via the mobile phone. And in 2000, the GSM with higher data rates, HSCST offers up to 57.6 kilobit per second, and the first GPRS, which is General Packet Radio Service, with trials with up to 50 kilobit per second, and it is packet oriented. The UMTS auctions beauty contest, hype followed by the disillusionment, 50 billion paid in Germany for 6 licenses. In 2001, the start of 3G system and CDMA 2000 in Korea, UMTS test in Europe, and FOMA almost UMTS in Japan. And in 2002, the creation of DVB-T digital television and broadcast of television programs terrestrial digital, and will replace analog television in the next year. That is all for the history. Thank you.